There are 43 premium quality cosmetics in Dead by Daylight. Some of them are absolutely insane, while others not so much. In this video I will be ranking all of them, from worst to best, and also share with you one useless fun fact about each one of them, so let's not waste any more time. Number 43. Unwanted Toy Dredge. The name is very fitting for this skin, because unlike the other toy-based cosmetic for Dredge, Twisted Plaything, which is also cheaper, this one is unwanted, as it has no special effects, no sound effects, and no new animations. The devs say that it's Ascended because of a model change, but literally all of the Dredge cosmetics are model changes. There is absolutely no reason this cosmetic should be Ascended rarity. It didn't deserve the ultra rare tier back when it was part of the Rift, and if you didn't unlock it in that battle pass, I do not recommend you to spend your money on this outfit, as there are many more that are less expensive and that do come with unique sound effects, like Snowman Dredge, which was a free reward. Did you know that the skin has an entire face on its belly that is hidden inside the black fog? This face can be seen better in the concept art of the art station from Salvatore Tabi. Number 42. Funeral March Night. This outfit has the same problem as the Dredge Rift skin, because it absolutely doesn't deserve the Ascended rarity. It comes with no special animations, no new sound effects, which is crazy when a previous very rare outfit in the Rift, the Vanquish Destroyer, does come with chain and leather sound effects, and the only special thing about this is the pathetic smoke effect on the boots, which changes color depending on the recolor. I won't lie, the design of this outfit is cool, and with the recolors, you can make some insane combos with it, but we are objective here. This outfit is not Ascended rarity at all, as it has nothing special over the other armors that Knight has, and if they were very rare, I would actually recommend it for the fashionistas. Remember that all of the recolors are exclusive to the Rift, so if you miss out on it, you will have to pay 15 bucks just for this version of it. For 5 less, you can get a licensed Witcher cosmetic. The entire armor design was handcrafted by the Knight himself, using human bone remains found inside a cave, so he's basically a medieval Iron Man. Number 41. Twisted Hero Hillbilly. Just like the other Ascended cosmetics, this Hillbilly skin absolutely doesn't deserve the Ascended rarity it has. If you got it back when it was part of the Alan Wake Rift, along with the Deep Rift recolor, then it's a cool skin, but otherwise, the outfit itself is very lacking compared to other Hillbilly cosmetics that completely change the model of Hillbilly to something else, like the cat or frog outfits. Now surprisingly, this outfit does come with unique armor clanking sounds, but they are so quiet that you probably never noticed. However, even knowing this, there are various very rare outfits nowadays that also change the sound of the cosmetics, so this doesn't justify its rarity. Fun fact, for some reason the bat logo on the Deep Rift recolor cape is smaller compared to the one in the original outfit. Number 40. The Mordeo. The Mordeo is one of the oldest legendary skins in the game, part of the Crypt TV collab released in May of 2021. The skin is really cool if you are a fan of their YouTube show, and for the time it was released, the skin was awesome. Nowadays, compared to the other legendary cosmetics that Huntress has, this one cannot compete, as it has no sounds, no new voice, and no new lullaby. It is cool that you can grind for both Crypt TV skins with shards despite being licensed, but you can just grind more to get the others, which significantly change the Huntress. Fun fact, Mordeos are born when a human commits cannibalism in the territory of the Mordeos, and what is interesting is that inside the face of this creature, we can see the face of the Huntress with some dark veins growing out of her, so maybe she did this and became a Mordeo because of it. Number 39. Samurai Eddie Oni. Samurai Eddie is, in my opinion, the worst one from the Iron Maiden collab, as truly all you're paying for is the Iron Maiden music in the lobby. The skin looks cool, but this is still a Japanese Oni and with armor that he could be wearing without the Iron Maiden tag. It doesn't even have anything special when you enter Blood Fury. The dev said that this skin has a unique lobby animation and model change, both of which are not true, but at least the sword does look cool indeed, and is probably one of the best swords Oni has. but it cannot compete with the other Oni legendary skins, especially the newest one. Fun fact, did you know that this sword actually has a special feature? When Oni enters Blood Fury, its eyes turn red. However, this effect is impossible to see in game because anytime you enter Blood Fury, the sword disappears. Number 38, Pharaoh Eddie. Pharaoh Eddie is another legendary skin part of the Iron Maiden collab, and if you think paying $15 to listen to Fear of the Dark in the lobby is worth it, go for it. But in my opinion, it is not at all. This is just the Doctor dressed up as a Pharaoh. This is not even Eddie. There are no special animations, no sounds, nothing. This could have easily been a normal outfit, but you just pay for the brand. At least unlike with the Oni, this is a really unique style for the Doctor, so that's a positive. To this day, this is the only Egyptian style cosmetic in the entire game, which is crazy considering how popular pharaohs and mummies are in horror media. Number 37, Rotten Remains. To this day, there is still no explanation as to why this cosmetic is more expensive compared to the other outfits. According to them, it's because of a model change, but DBD Mobile outfit also has a model change, so it's not justified. The origin of this cosmetic is awesome, as it's literally taken straight from the movie, as it's her rotten body found in the well, even including the green goop that comes out of her eye. Now surprisingly, there is a special feature on this cosmetic, as the basic attack has a special sound effect compared to default, but it's very subtle. However, this doesn't justify this cosmetic being so expensive, because her prestige outfit also comes with unique sounds and it's free. For some reason, during this cosmetic's Memento Mori and Inexorable Stare, her jaw wobbles a lot, and this only happens with this cosmetic. Number 36, Break the Cage. This cosmetic was the Ascended tier part of the Tome 22, which had a leather and chain inspired theme, and you can tell on this cosmetic as it's honestly pretty unique for the Huntress, replacing her traditional wild forest style with something so metallic and industrial taken straight from the Cenobite's closet. Even the weapon is really unique compared to her other handcrafted axes. While this outfit doesn't have a new lullaby or voice lines, it does have special visual effects as the chains have cool colors. The Deep Rift version is also a cool red instead of blue, and it does have a unique walking sound in game. But all outfits from this Rift had unique sounds, so it's not enough for the price still. In the chibi figurine of this cosmetic, we can see the Huntress holding two of her metallic axes, but sadly, she still throws normal hatchets in game. If she had a custom projectile power, this skin would skyrocket in value. Number 35, the LookSee Doctor. LookSee is the second premium quality Crypt TV collab skin, and it was considered as one of the creepiest cosmetics for a long while because of its design, but the age of it shows, as it comes with no new animations, no new voice lines, and no new sound effects. Now unlike the Huntress one, at least LookSee doesn't have to compete with absolute bangers, as it is still one of the most unique cosmetics Doctor has. Also, the weapon looks really cool. For some reason, in the Crypt TV trailer, you can hear that the weapon actually had unique sounds when it was moving, but this is not the case in game. Number 34, the Krampus Trapper. The Krampus is a cosmetic that you can only buy during Christmas, so at least it has that exclusivity. But even then, this is a very tragic cosmetic in my opinion, because I know for a fact that if this bad boy were to be released today, it would come with really cool animations and sounds. Instead of the default Trapper, have it scream like a monster, and instead of the default attack, make the bells jingle like the Blight's Christmas cane. With these two additions, I am sure that this skin would be really cool and worth the price because the model itself is awesome. Sadly, as it is right now, I cannot recommend this cosmetic, especially because the devs didn't reduce its price to an Ascended quality skin, so for the same price, you can literally buy Naughty Bear, which is also grindable with shards and much better value. At least it comes with special snow particles. In the trailer for this cosmetic release, The Krampus does have unique scream sounds which are not there in-game. Hopefully they update the skin at some point. Number 33, the Minotaur. And now, for the very first legendary skin ever made for Dead by Daylight for killers, we have the Minotaur for the Oni. And the fact that it is not the worst shows how amazing the model is to this day, as this is indeed a completely new killer from a completely different mythology. However, just like Krampus, this skin is lacking everything. No lobby animations, so he still acts like a samurai in the lobby. No special sounds, which hurt a lot for this killer, because they could make angry bull noises once he goes on blood fury. So outside of the model change and the Greek music in the lobby, there is no reason this skin is legendary and not Ascended. It's also jarring to see a Greek Minotaur using a Japanese kanabo and doing Japanese techniques to clean the sword. I know for a fact that if this skin released today, it would probably have a custom Mori along with new animations and sounds. By the way, if I got $1 for every furry skin that got outdated because of a new bear cosmetic that also comes with a unique Memento Mori, I would have $2, which is not much, but isn't it crazy how this happened twice? Most of you probably know that the Minotaur horns grow when he enters blood fury, but did you know that his teeth also grow, which is such a small detail that is almost impossible to see without external programs. Number 32, Warhammer Titan. This spirit skin was part of the Attack on Titan collab, which is no longer purchasable, so if you missed on it, you can no longer get it, making this cosmetic pretty rare. But to be completely fair, you are not missing out on much, as this skin is really simple. It comes with no sounds, no new animations, and the only positive is the fact that you get an absolute banger as part of the lobby music. And let me tell you, Spirit has some insane cosmetics, even a very rare one that completely changes her glass sounds to porcelain for less bucks, and in my opinion, I think unique sounds are much better than the special VFX of the smoke coming out of her bald head. Fun fact, the Warhammer Titan can create weapons made of hardened Titan skin out of nowhere, so this cosmetic is actually pretty fitting for the Spirit's basic attack. Number 31, Stranger Eddie. This singer might have the most fitting legendary cosmetic license collab out of all of the Iron Maiden ones, because Stranger Eddie is absolutely fitting for him. So this cosmetic was an obvious choice. Despite being so similar to Slinger, this cosmetic is still very unique, as it made an old western cowboy into a futuristic cyberpunk style bounty hunter. It is also the only premium cosmetic for Slinger, so it doesn't compete with anything else. The weapon is also visually really cool with the futuristic style, but that is the main problem of this cosmetic, because it comes with a very annoying iron sight, and since this is a legendary outfit, you cannot change the weapon, so this weapon is pay to lose. Not only that, this skin also doesn't come with a unique shooting sound, no unique voice lines or animations, so in truth, this is just a glorified set that you have to pay for simply because of the Iron Maiden music in the lobby. According to the concept art of this cosmetic, Stranger Eddie was supposed to have a 66 number on the back, just like in the weapon. This part is torn in the final design. Number 30, Ferryman of the Underworld. Charon Blight is the best cosmetic out of all premium sets, which does not come with any special features outside of the lobby music. But I cannot deny that visually, this cosmetic is really cool, with one of the coolest weapons Blight ever had. And the level of detail that went on this model is absolutely crazy. The best part is that unlike with the Minotaur, the Krampus or any of the other Iron Maiden cosmetics, this is an Ascended cosmetic, so it's cheaper than a legendary. This also means there is also a high chance that the devs won't be giving this cosmetic any upgrades like unique sounds, so it will have to be carried by its visual design. It seems like the design of this cosmetic is inspired on the way the poet Virgil described Charon, with an unkempt long beard and his eyes glowing like furnaces on fire. Number 29, Enchanted Plates Night. I used to really dislike this cosmetic back in the day because I thought that it had nothing special about it other than the fact that it had glowing effects. But this cosmetic does come with unique sounds and also completely changes the voice of the knight, and it was also made cheaper now as it's Ascended rarity instead of ultra rare. This cosmetic has less armor, and it sounds like it. And the voice of the knight also sounds clear instead of being muffled by the helmet. It is also a cool cosmetic inspired on a Draugr, a zombie from Nordic mythology, and this is the only Viking style cosmetic in the entire game. It also comes with a Skyrim reference, because as you can see, one of the arrows did hit this killer in the knee, preventing him from being an adventurer. Number 28. Endless Suffering. Endless Suffering is in my opinion the best legendary cosmetic of the Doctor, as it makes Doctor look like he was bulking for sure, and it also comes with unique electric sound effects that you can hear in game, so that's pretty cool. However, there is another skin that also has electric sounds in game, but to be fair, that skin is a set too, and it's also time limited, and it has no animations unlike this one. For being a Rift cosmetic, it was actually a pretty cool deal, a very cool military themed cosmetic, and you also get a Deep Rift variant. But since it's not an Ascended rarity and instead a legendary, I would honestly not buy this cosmetic if you missed out on it. Fun fact, in the Deep Rift recolor, the devs did change the yellow batteries on the weapon to blue, but they forgot to do that on his back. Behavior, please fix. Number 27. God of Desire. God of Desire Trickster was the very first legendary cosmetic that came with unique animations as well as unique voice lines. So in terms of history, this cosmetic was really important as it proved that legendaries could come with extras. In his case, God of Desire has a special animation on the lobby where instead of winking, he does the Korean heart. And he also has new voice lines when you find a survivor in a locker and also when you perform the Memento Mori, so it is absolutely a cool deal. However, since this is a set, if you don't like the bat or the visual design of it, you are stuck with it. So as cool as this cosmetic is, it's not that outstanding. But it is his only premium quality level skin. Fun fact, the arrow that pierces the heart of this cosmetic actually goes quite deep inside the Trickster to the point where this would have killed him in real life. Number 26. Ultimate Houndmaster. This cosmetic is problematic for me, and something that despite of how cool it is, I cannot support it fully. Ultimate Houndmaster is a visceral rarity skin, so it costs 20 bucks instead of 15, and the reason why is because this is the very first skin with a custom power, replacing Snug the Cane Corso with a poodle, all with unique sound effects too.
Loyal one, aren't you? There you go. Good dog.
Also, she comes with unique animations in the lobby, and that's it. There is no custom Mori, and worst of all, there is no way to change the actual Houndmaster when you should be able to. If you don't like her pants, her hair, or the weapon, well, too bad buddy, because if you wanna use the poodle, you are forced to use this cosmetic in specific. And this means that, first of all, if the devs release another cosmetic like this, for example one for the twins that changes Victor, it's going to cost 20 bucks and you won't be able to modify Victor individually. So what should have been an insane change, the ability to finally be able to change your powers cosmetically, is done in such a way that is not very pro-consumer. For that reason, and despite how monumental being able to play with a poodle is, I cannot recommend this cosmetic for its price, because it doesn't deserve 20 bucks. Fun fact, according to the description of this cosmetic, the Houndmaster has a lot of different breeds of dogs, and she has the same bond with all of them. This means that there is a chance another dog breed will come out in the future. Number 25. The Chatterer. So I always had a problem with this cosmetic in specific, and that's the fact that you are paying 15 bucks for what is technically a downgrade. For what it is, this cosmetic is an absolute 10 out of 10. It looks exactly like the Chatterer, and he even comes with the chattering animations and voice lines. But that is also a problem, because all you see in first person is the glove, as the chain only appears when you attack, making it by far the worst weapon in the entire game. And while the lack of voice lines is awesome if you want a pay to win cosmetic, you still have less content with this skin than with Pinhead and his iconic lines. So overall, if you are a fan of Chatterer, this skin is awesome, and it is indeed a good cosmetic objectively speaking, but in terms of value, you are paying just for the torso and head because the weapon is non-existent, and you pay to have no voice lines, so it depends on what you want to do with your money. The Chatterer was the very first canonically queer character in the entire game, as he is gay, or at least was gay when he was taken and converted into a Cenobite. Number 24, Nightmare Serpent. This spirit cosmetic was the last ultra rare given on a battle pass, and in my opinion, one of the most unique cosmetic designs they have done ever. The rift was inspired by the spirit animal of each character, and in the case of Spirit, it was a snake, so her entire body was taken over by one and various snakes grew on her back. Visually, the skin is stunning, and clearly above a very rare cosmetic. It can be argued that this should be the definition of an Ascended model change, because sadly it comes with no special sounds, but it does come with unique animations in the lobby, and also a recolor if you got the Deep Rift. On top of that, since it's the Spirit, you can see the cosmetic in-game while you're phased, something that the majority of killers don't have the luxury to do. The hilt of this cosmetic is actually really well designed, including a snake design, very visible in the lobby. Since in-game you barely see this weapon, there is a high chance that you missed out on it. Number 23, Mycelium Nightmare. This is, in my opinion, the best Ascended quality cosmetic we had in a Rift, because it has so many good things for it. For starters, this cosmetic comes with a different basic attack, replacing the scythe attack with a hand slap, so already it's a good start. Then, it also comes with unique sounds for everything, as the dredge now sounds like a grass creature. But on top of that, this cosmetic has 4 different variants: the base green, a yellow one, an orange one, and a blue special one that glows in the dark. And the best part is that this is not a set, so you can combine this cosmetic with anything you want. So for example, you can buy the hands if you want and get the special animation. I am very happy with this cosmetic, and it shows how the Knight's Ascended cosmetic is such a downgrade compared to this one. In reality, the basic attack animation from this cosmetic was supposed to be the default one, because the original design of the dredge used to have hands too, instead of the bone scythe that it currently has. Number 22, Wandering Cat. Wandering Cat is a cosmetic that I absolutely love, as the devs actually went above and beyond and added special sounds to it. Every time you dash or get stunned, Blight sounds like a jaguar. They could have released this cosmetic as is, but they did make this one special, and the best part is that it is Ascended, not Legendary, so it's the same exact price as the Greek Blight cosmetic. If you want a premium quality Blight cosmetic that changes the sounds of the killer, this is one of the best deals in the entire game, as it does feel very unique and in a way even funny. Fun fact, the weapon of this cosmetic is actually his own tail that he ripped off, which is a very metal detail. Number 21, Half Spirit Torments. This dredge cosmetic is part of the Junji Ito collection, and it is probably the creepiest cosmetic in this entire video, inspired on the short story, The Story of the Mysterious Tunnel, in which a train tunnel had a possession that eventually took all the scientists inside along with the sister of the protagonist, which is the body and head of the dredge respectively. Now in terms of premium quality, the only things this skin has is that it gives you a special banner. It comes with a unique music in the lobby and it has a unique animation in the lobby too. So sadly, it doesn't have any sounds, any in-game animations, no mori either. The only reason this cosmetic is that high is because it gets carried by how absolutely crazy it looks visually and because it's my video, so obviously I have bias for it. Fun fact, something that many players might not know is that the sister of the protagonist has one limb missing on this cosmetic, but this is not part of the manga, so it was a detail added by the devs. Editing means cool here, this video took me a lot of effort to make, so if you are enjoying it, I would love if you showed extra support to this bad boy with a comment or a like. Thank you in advance. Number 20. Queen Xenomorph. The Queen is yet another cosmetic that, just like Chatterer, is accurate to the movies with a significantly smaller size. So for fans of the saga, this cosmetic is really cool. But if you take a look at it as a customer and killer player, all you're getting by paying for this cosmetic, that is legendary quality by the way, is a cosmetic that looks very similar to default Xenomorph in first person, but that it comes with unique sounds, along with a really cool lobby animation. But that's about it. In fact, this cosmetic is paid to lose because of how big the crest is, so it is a novelty cosmetic that was designed purely for Alien fans, as playing with the Queen is cool. But truly, in terms of money, is this worth extra compared to the other skins, especially considering how cool they are? I think this is a cosmetic that should have been visceral with a unique mori, in my opinion. Fun fact, the Xeno Queen in the lobby looks gigantic, but it is actually a visual trick. In game, she is the same height as Xenomorph with a bigger head, so you are not actually towering over survivors. Number 19. Jabberwock. This was the very first legendary artist cosmetic in the game, and it set the standards quite high, because this cosmetic is really good for the price. For starters, it does come with unique sounds, replacing her screams with distorted ones. It comes with unique music in the lobby, and it also comes with special lobby animations. So this skin, by my own standards, should be higher, but the reason why it is not is because the other artist cosmetics are so good that I cannot rank it any higher. If you like the reptile vibe of this cosmetic, it is a good one, as it does make the killer feel different. But visually, the skin is not that outstanding, especially because the weapon is just the classic boring black ink that almost all of her cosmetics have. Fun fact, all her lobby animations are just the same as default, only she is hunched over. Once you notice this, it's hard to get it out of the head. Number 18. Armored Titan. Armored Titan was one of the best legendary cosmetics this killer had, until the bear arrived. But it is still a fantastic choice if you bought it, because sadly it is no longer available to purchase, making this cosmetic very rare nowadays. This skin, inspired on the Armored Titan of the anime, comes with a very unique model as well as custom sounds, as his walking and basic attack sound different than default. So this helps make the skin more unique. It also grows hardened crystals when you enter Blood Fury, which give this cosmetic such a cool touch. However, it is very sad that this cosmetic does not come with unique sounds, especially because in the anime, it does scream like the Oni does, so this could have been a fantastic touch and a huge missed opportunity. If it had a different voice, I would actually rank this cosmetic significantly higher. Fun fact, the Armored Titan in the anime and in any of his other collab appearances doesn't have a belly button, but the one in Dead by Daylight does, which is a very weird detail. Number 17. HUNK. If there was a legendary cosmetic that needed a chase music, it was HUNK for Legion. As Looming Dread, the music you hear in the background has layers like the chases in DVD. The good thing is that this cosmetic does pack a lot. For starters, it has unique lobby animations, it also comes with a unique voice in-game even though it's just the default but with a filter on. And it comes with a completely unique feature. This is the only cosmetic that has unique animations, where instead of running, he walks just like in the Resident Evil 2 game. And it's actually something really interesting because no other cosmetic changes the animation of the power. If you like the tactical vibe of this cosmetic, then it is absolutely worth the price. I am absolutely positive that if HUNK were to be released today, he would have been a visceral rarity cosmetic that included the mercenary's neck snap as the memento mori. I guess that's 2 missed opportunities. Number 16. Dragula. The artist got 3 licensed legendary skins for her, and this one is for the Boulet Brothers collab, which is inspired by both of the brothers at the same time. In fact, both of them give the voice lines of this cosmetic, which are exclusive for the lobby, including a unique animation.
Anything can happen in Dragula world.
In-game, this means that sadly the cosmetic has no voice lines, but it does completely change the voice of this killer to funny moans and grunts, making this honestly one of the funniest cosmetics in the entire game. And it also comes with latex sounds for all movement. It also awards you with a special badge if you buy it. However, the reason I like the other cosmetics more is because of the lack of voice lines in-game, and also because the weapon itself is kinda mid and nothing unique. I do think with voice lines, this cosmetic would have been the best one artist has. Fun fact, despite this killer being able to talk, Dragula still has the tongue cut like the artist had. So technically, they should not be able to speak in the lobby either. Number 15. Inoculated Xenomorph. This is by far the best blighted cosmetic behavior has ever released, and it's going to be very hard to beat it, because the devs went above and beyond. This cosmetic comes with unique animations in the lobby, with one of the coolest lobby animations ever, and it also comes with unique sounds, as it's a combination between Blight and Xenomorph. If you are a sweaty player, this cosmetic also comes with one of the best, if not the best tails in the entire game. And the best part is that despite it having more value and differences than Queen Xenomorph, this cosmetic is cheaper because it's Ascended rarity. Crazy how a licensed character got such a fantastic blighted cosmetic. Fun fact, in this cosmetic, the skull inside the Xenomorph is visible, but this skull is also part of the default Xenomorph, only the texture is done in such a way that prevents you from seeing it. If you want to learn more, check out my models video once you're finished with this one. Number 14. Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga cosmetic used to be one of the best legendary skins in the entire game back when I made the very first legendary tier list. So this placement shows how much better skins have become, and also because Huntress has to compete with another one. Baba Yaga comes with unique animations in the lobby, and most importantly, a unique voice that also comes with a new lullaby which sounds very creepy. But the best part is her model. It looks awesome, and it shows the duality of this character, how one side is old, crusty and infected, while the other is young and beautiful. This duality is shown everywhere, including her legs and arms. It's such a cool design, and considering how old this cosmetic is, It truly proves how good the art team can cook when they designed this skin. Fun fact, this cosmetic was the very first that came with a unique animation in the lobby, as well as a unique voice. This was, for its time, one of the best cosmetics in the game. Number 13. AD Tribute. Out of all the Iron Maiden cosmetics, this is by far the best one and the only one deserving of the legendary status, because it actually feels like a legendary skin. This cosmetic comes with various references to the Iron Maiden albums, which I am sure is amazing for fans of the band. On top of that, it also comes with an electric guitar noise for all actions. Which makes this skin even better compared to others, and the basic attack animation, which is also using the hand variant instead of the scythe, so that's an extra. To think this cosmetic is the same price as the others is an absolute crime, which shows how bad the pricing of this game's cosmetics are, because there is genuinely no defense in terms of how much effort went into this skin compared to the others. Fun fact, this is the favorite skin of Matthew Cote, who went on record saying this is one of the coolest cosmetics they have ever designed.
Le outfit qu'on a fait pour Iron Maiden sur le Dredge, c'est un chef-d'œuvre.
Number 12. Tomie. When the Tomie cosmetic was first revealed, I already knew that it would be rated very high in my ranking video, and hearing her laugh for the first time absolutely solidified it. The skin makes Spirit feel completely different to her original vibe, where instead of crying and being mad, Tomie is laughing and actually having a lot of fun. And in fact, when this cosmetic was released, it was considered pay to win because of how quiet her clone was during phasing. But this has changed, because for some reason this cosmetic has been bugged for a long while now and is significantly louder than default Spirit, so this could be a problem if you decide to buy her. Buying this cosmetic also comes with a unique Tomie badge as an extra. Fun fact, for a long while, this cosmetic also had another bug, as she was just called Tomie in the lobby. Now, she finally has her entire full name. Number 11. Miss Fuchie. Next up, we have another artist cosmetic, Miss Fuchie, which is absolutely unhinged. Just look at her eyes. She is considered as one of the creepiest cosmetics in the entire game, and her voice lines add so much to it. Not only that, aside from her voice lines, this cosmetic also has one of the coolest weapons of the artist, as instead of just ink, she finally uses a solid object, a knife, which in my opinion is a huge plus. Overall, this is the best cosmetic of the Junji Ito collab, one of the scariest cosmetics in general, and it ignited my love for the artist back when it was released. Fun fact, during the Boulet Brothers marketing push, the devs reused Miss Fuchie's lobby animation as part of the promotional artwork. Number 10. The Leshen. Nobody plays the artist, yet she is the one getting absolutely insane legendary cosmetics, and the Leshen is, in my opinion, the best legendary she has, as it comes with absolutely everything. A unique voice, cool music in the lobby, new footsteps that sound like wood, a badge when you buy it, and on top of that, this is the first legendary cosmetic that actually fits the power of the original source perfectly, because one of the powers of the Leshen is controlling the crows of the forest. In fact, if they completely removed the ink design on this killer, this could have been perfectly the power of the Leshen in game. I honestly never expected this creature to appear in Dead by Daylight, so I am honestly very happy to see such a unique design. It's sad that the artist is such a rare killer, because it means this absolutely amazing skin is going to be very rare to see. Fun fact, inside the skull of the Leshen, the devs seem to have designed a face on it, as you can see nostrils and the spot where the eyes would go. No idea why it's there, but it is curious indeed. Number 9. William Birkin. Very rarely has there been a cosmetic that shocked me when I first saw it, and William Birkin was one of them, as this doesn't look like Blight at all. It's literally a different killer that reuses the Blight's power. It has everything you need, a completely new model along with new animations in the lobby, a new weapon attack sound effect, and the coolest part is that this was the very first cosmetic that came with voice lines.
It hurts! Not so fast. Are you?
So overall, this is a fantastic purchase and the best Resident Evil skin they have ever done. The only complaint I can see people have is the lack of a Memento Mori, because the quality of the skin deserves it, and also the fact that he can be louder than default Blight, which is kinda crazy to say, but he screams way too much in the lobby and in game. Fun fact, something that I had no idea about this skin is so it actually has a slight difference in first person. Due to the fact Blight has 6 fingers, the devs had to make a new animation for Birkin, who has 5, so he doesn't twitch like the rest. Huge thanks to Lilith Omen for such a niche fact. Number 8. The Were-Elk. I severely underrated the Were-Elk in my last tier list, because I have to be objective. This is an insane cosmetic with a lot of effort put on it. There is a custom Mori which is awesome, even if it looks a bit weird, and there is also the fact that you have a completely different lullaby music which sounds manly instead of the womanly one we have from both skins. And I have said it many times, I love how in the lobby this creature is so hostile, whereas in game it's so calm. It is such a creepy detail, and I wonder why they designed this creature in such a way. In my opinion, this is a very good cosmetic, and the best cosmetic Huntress has in terms of what money can give you, as unique Memento Moris have much more value now after the finisher Mori mechanic. Fun fact, because of this creature having the Huntress mask in the back, it is theorized that the Were-Elk killed the Huntress and took her mask as the prize. However, other claims that this is the Huntress, but transformed by a curse, and it only becomes calm because she is singing the lullaby to calm herself for the hunt. To this day, nobody knows the real answer. Number 7. Yellow Rabbit. When they announced the addition of Springtrap to Dead by Daylight, the last thing I expected is that they would also get the likeness of Matthew Lillard to do a movie skin completely voiced by him too, along with a badge to represent him. So overall, this is already a crazy packed value cosmetic, as it completely changes the voice lines of default Springtrap for others from Matthew, making you feel like you're playing a completely different killer. Also, the old man jump scare is pretty funny too, as it is literally him screaming in your face, so it does have a comedic value if you care about that.
Where are those wretched little beasts? Panic! Right where you belong. Can't hide from me! 10 out of 10! Great performance! Whatever you do, don't move! And stay there!
However, do be warned that currently, this is by far the worst cosmetic for Springtrap in terms of pay to win, because it is actually louder than default Springtrap, and here you can see it compared. So if you don't care about that and want to play with this absolute legend, this is one of the best skins in the entire game. I do wish that you could choose between a masked and unmasked version, as that would have made this cosmetic skyrocket in value. Fun fact, this outfit also has special voice lines if you hook Nicolas Cage, as Matthew actually recognizes him and says that he is a huge fan.
Nick Cage, what is your deal, man? By the way, I'm a big fan.
Number 6. Rize Kamishiro. Rize is by far probably the most popular legendary skin behavior has ever released in the entire game, and it's because of two specific groups of people. The gooners like myself, and the people that bought her just so Kaneki would finally shut up in the lobby, as he's way too loud. Thus, they added a solution for $15 that also comes with a completely unique killer full with her own voice in-game.
私、読書より好きなことがあるの。それはね。
As well as a small memento mori animation where instead of cracking her finger, she does a crazy pose, and the best part is that the devs are not making you pay more for it because they know how small the change is. This cosmetic is awesome, and it does truly make you feel as if you were playing Rize from the anime. I've said it on my models video, this is by far the best Rize has ever looked in 3D, and I would have loved it if they added a badge for purchasing her to rep in my profile. Fun fact, this cosmetic actually removes something from the default Kaneki, as her attack animation is always wiping the blood out of her mouth, whereas Kaneki can do that and also crack his fingers. Number 5. Glitch Trap. Just like Matthew Lillard, I never expected to see Glitch Trap in the game as he was a character from the VR games, but I am so happy he is, because he is so cool and so much creepier compared to normal Springtrap, especially with the jump scare he has in the lobby. This skin is perfect, literally. I love the sound effect of the knife glitching inside the match, and how the devs actually gave him 3 unique animations exclusive for Springtrap. First, he shushes survivors instead of grabbing them and screaming at their face. He also has a special animation when grabbing a survivor in the office, and he also shushes survivors in the Mori instead of the normal jump scare. On top of that, he also sounds soft instead of metallic like the other animatronics, but he is no longer a pay-to-win cosmetic because he actually sounds louder than default Springtrap. Overall, this is one of my personal favorite cosmetics in the game, and it also comes with a really cool badge if you purchase this cosmetic. Fun fact, this is very hard to see in game because of how fast it happens, but the pose Glitch Trap does when he grabs you in the office is a direct reference to how he appears in the Help Wanted game. The amount of effort the devs put on this chapter is crazy. Number 4. Naughty Bear. Naughty is, if you ask me, my favorite cosmetic in the entire game, and also the cosmetic I have played with the most, as he single-handedly increased the pick rate of Trapper by a lot, and it's because of how absolutely fantastic this cosmetic is. This is not Trapper in a suit.
Hello again, Naughty Bear.
This is an entirely new model with a unique voice, animations, and sounds that completely makes you play as the literal Naughty Bear from the game created by Behavior. In fact, what is crazy is that this cosmetic can be grinded for free because of it, and it also costs the same as a legendary skin, despite having a memento mori and being a visceral cosmetic. This is by far the best value store cosmetic in the entire game. Now sadly, in terms of voice lines, this skin only has the narrator speak in the lobby, at the start of the match and during the memento mori. However, the weapon is custom, and also the vault animation was completely redone for this killer, and it looks so cute. I just adore this cosmetic. This is the only legendary cosmetic that comes with a unique voice line when you reach Prestige 100. Check it out.
Oh, Naughty, I'm so proud of the bear you've become.
Number 3. Murderous Grizzly Oni. When they announced the Night of the Living Cat anime collab in Dead by Daylight, I didn't expect much. Maybe a cool cat charm and that's it. But the devs cooked hard, because they actually gave the Oni the best cosmetic he has ever had, and it's a literal bear with a cat on top. That's it. It's not a dude in a costume or anything. You are playing as a literal bear, all with unique sounds. That uses a katana, and it even comes with a memento mori that starts all cute and turns into the bear mauling you. This is an absolutely fantastic 10 out of 10 collaboration cosmetic. It is comedic because the idea itself is absurd, but it also works because you are being chased by a literal bear. It doesn't look weird either despite being an anime collab, because let me repeat myself again, it is a literal bear you're playing with. Fun fact, the cats that appear in the Memento Mori are reskins of Jonesy the cat, and apparently the devs were fighting to have their cats be represented in the game, so the final choices are based on their own pets in real life.
And I can tell you that the team was like, whose cat gets to be in this Mori? Like there was like a coliseum.
Number 2. Tiffany Valentine. A big problem that the killer cosmetics have is that unless the weapon is crazy or they come with special sounds, most of the cosmetics you can only see during the lobby, Mori, and that's it. And then, Tiffany comes to completely clear all killer cosmetics at once thanks to the fact you are playing her in third-person perspective, so you can enjoy her in all her glory at all times during the match, on top of literally having a lot of voice lines to the point I sometimes hear new ones I was unaware even existed.
It's time to start. Let's play. What the? Why are you after the doll? Take that!
Need a hand, Pookie?
Oh, come on. You can scream better than that. Stop with the blabbering. It's overkill. Hey, don't be scared. I just want to play. Aren't you cute when you're screaming? Don't run so fast, you could hurt yourself. Little shit. Why are you leaving so soon?
In terms of monetary value, this is without a doubt the best cosmetic in the entire game for killers, because it genuinely changes Chucky to a completely new character with the biggest amount of voice lines out of any legendary cosmetic in the game. And if you thought that was not enough, let me blow your mind. If you go to settings and change the voice language to French, you can now hear this killer with a completely different voice.
Vous allez mourir, vous quatre.
Viens ici, trésor.
Arrête de jacasser, t'en fais trop là.
So you literally get double the value without having to pay, and just wait until the devs add Japanese dubbing, which would triple her value. Out of all cosmetics in Dead by Daylight, Tiffany is by far the legendary skin that skyrocketed the most out of all of them. Number 1. True Lord Dracula. If we're talking about pure value, then objectively, the best cosmetic ever designed for Dead by Daylight has to be True Form Dracula. And you want to know why? Because this skin was part of the Castlevania Rift released back in November 2024. So in other words, for 10 bucks, you got a completely unique cosmetic with new animations, a completely new set of voice lines, one of the most insane memento moris in the entire game, and also a second recolor in case you get bored of the first. All of that for 10 bucks, not including the rest of the pass, which also added Soma Kruth, a legendary survivor. The fact that the devs did not sell this in the store is absolutely insane, and it makes this by far the craziest value they have ever made in Dead by Daylight. In fact, I would go as far as to say this is the best value they will ever make, because I genuinely don't think they are going to top this cosmetic anytime soon. The only thing that sucks is related to Dracula himself, because this skin is paid to lose due to how big it is, and also, since you are transforming into animals in game, you will not be seeing this skin too much. but you and everyone in the match will be able to hear this more evil laugh when you transform into vampire form. This cosmetic also comes with a lot of unique voice lines related to Soma Kruth.
Soma.
And that's all regarding this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to let me know in the comments what is your personal favorite cosmetic in this game regardless of value. As always, a huge thanks to my members, which help me pay up the business expenses that all these cosmetics cost me. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.